Welcome back to our channel GIS resources. Ever looked at a topographic map or used GPS and wondered why different systems show different elevations for the same location? In this video, we'll simplify 3 types of elevation: orthometric, ellipsoidal, geoidal. You'll learn how they're measured, why they differ, and most importantly, where each one is used. Stick around. By the end, you'll never look at elevation the same way again. Let's understand quickly why elevation matters, because elevation isn't just a number, it's essential for surveying and mapping, engineering and construction, flood risk modeling, aviation and GPS navigation. But here's the twist. Not all elevations are created equal. Imagine 3 different heights being given for the same hill. That's what happens if you're using orthometric, ellipsoidal, or geoidal heights without understanding the difference. Let's break each of them down. Simple and clear. First is ellipsoidal elevation. It is also called geometric height, is measured from the surface of an idealized Earth shape called the ellipsoid. Think of the ellipsoid as a smooth, math-based version of Earth. No mountains, no valleys. It is used by GPS systems as it's purely mathematical. Great for satellite-based measurements. But it doesn't reflect true sea level or gravity-based measurements. So, if your GPS says you're at 500 meters elevation, it's probably ellipsoidal. Not what you'd see on a topo map. Second is geoidal height. It is the distance between the ellipsoid and the geoid at any location. The geoid is a complex but important surface. It represents mean sea level across the globe, affected by gravity variations. Because gravity isn't uniform everywhere, the sea level bends slightly. The geoid accounts for that. It's not something you use directly in everyday applications, but it's essential for converting between ellipsoidal and orthometric elevations. Geoid models like EGM96 or EGM2008 are used globally in GNSS post-processing tools. In short, geoidal height helps us turn raw GPS data into useful elevation values. Third is orthometric elevation. It is what we use in everyday life. It's the height above mean sea level. In simple terms, how high a point is above the average ocean surface. It uses the geoid as a reference. It's what surveyors, engineers, and topographic maps rely on. Think of this as the real-world elevation, used for building roads, homes, and flood planning. Here is a pro tip. If your elevation comes from a traditional benchmark or leveling, it's likely orthometric. How they all different heights connect. Let's connect the dots. Ellipsoidal height. What satellites give you? Geoidal height, also known as geoid undulation, is the vertical difference between the smooth ellipsoid surface and the wavy geoid surface. Orthometric height is equal to difference of ellipsoidal height and geoid undulation. Geoid undulation varies around the world because Earth's gravity field isn't the same everywhere. Mountains, ocean trenches, and dense rock formations cause the geoid to bulge or dip slightly. For example, in some places, the geoid can be over 100 meters above or below the ellipsoid. So, using this undulation value is crucial to convert GPS-based heights into real-world elevations. This relationship is at the heart of GNSS-based surveying, engineering, and even mapping applications. Now, you know the difference between ellipsoidal, orthometric, and geoidal elevations, and how they shape the maps, apps, and tools we all rely on. Still curious? Our channel, GIS Resources, is filled with easy-to-understand videos on GPS, GNSS, surveying, mapping, and more. Check out our video on free GNSS online post-processing services. A must-watch if you want to improve your GPS accuracy using real data and open tools. The link is in the I button and in the description. If you learned something new, drop a comment and tell us what you found most interesting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your fellow geospatial enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and stay accurate out there.